Alright guys, we are back for something a little different this time. Got a couple of mates together. We decided to kind of just talk about SUPERCOACH a bit. Thoughts on like the AFL season and stuff going on. But yeah, without further ado, I'll bring him in. Alright, Jabin, say hi.
Hello.
Yep, alright, audio's fine, I think. Steven, say hi.
Hello.
Steven's got a YouTube channel. You can promote it if you want. What is it? It's just Steve R, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you chuck.
Ben's got a YouTube channel as well.
Oh yeah, chuck.
Oh yeah, true. He's got one. Doesn't use it, but he's got one.
Ben Butt, that's his name.
Mhm. I'll have
return this season.
I'll have fun trying to find that to add that in.
Oh, you not subbed to him?
Really?
We'll look through the logs. But yeah, we've all got SUPERCOACH teams. 2 on the like official site and 1 in a picker. Broke.
Yep.
But alright, so who wants to get it off and talk about their team?
I think you guys go first.
You're the host. Talk about your team though.
Alright, I'll bring mine up. What do we got? Yous have seen mine, it's in the video, and yous religiously watch my videos. I know because yous clip everything I talk about. So we've got starting in defence, or do we just want to talk about big names? Is it worth
Let's
going
go
about
through,
rookies?
Like, all our primos from each.
Yeah.
Alright. In defence, Lloyd, Hall, Ridley is just 3. Midfield, McRae, Steele, Oliver, Titch, Neil. Rucks, Darcy, Grundy, and forwards Dunkley, Butters, and they're mid prices, but I guess you count them: Cogs, Curnow, and Brody.
Primo? Brody?
Well, he's the same price as Curnow, the exact same. Just say he's a mid pricer then.
Yeah, he's a mid price. Yeah.
Wait, so you changed your team since the video? Because your video has.
Oh, dude, I change it 300 times. I change it 300 times a day. It's just whoever I like at that moment.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Jabin, who you got?
I've got Lloyd, Hall, Whitfield, probably the most popular 3.
Yeah.
Midfield, I've got McRae, Steele, Took, Hitch, Walsh, Neil. So I've gone 6 primos in midfield. Yeah. The Rucks are the same as you have Darcy and Grundy. Bruce R3, bit different. And then forwards, I only have 1 primo, Oakley, and then I have Cogs and Brody. So a bit light in the forward line.
Right. And Steven, yours?
Alright, I made my team like 10 minutes ago, so I haven't
No.
thought about too much.
You've been holding on this for a month. This is like your final team.
Yeah. We're all set now. Defenders are Lloyd, Hall, and Maynard. Not sure about D3, but that's what it is for now. Midfield, we've got McRae, Steele, Oliver, Walsh, Neil. I'm pretty set on the big 3, McRae, Steele, Oliver. Pretty set on Neil. And that 5th mid, I'll have to decide later, I guess. And we got Berry at M6. Ruck, Scorn, and Grundy. I'll think about that one because obviously Darcy's a big name now. And then forwards, we got Dunkley, Taranto, and then Cogs and Curnow as mid prices. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the big names.
Alright, so first off, I've got to ask, Maynard, why?
Hey, look, I don't know.
I've got a history with Maynard here.
No, you just went, oh, Maynard, chuck him in. Like,
Yeah.
Look,
Cool name.
gone by pre-season reports, mid-time, potential mid-time, whether I get baited by that or not, we'll see. But he's in the team for now.
What is Collingwood's midfield though? What are we? Pendlebury, Adams, Dacos,
Yeah,
in McRae apparently.
yeah, you
Chris
can get
goes
some.
through there.
Yeah, I feel like they'll have a lot of rotating names,
Yeah,
especially like Pendle's on the back end of his career. You'll probably want
true.
the younger players or just different players
Yeah,
going into the mids. I guess we just need more info on
yeah, we need more.
pre-season training, I guess.
Mm. So, one name that no one's got here, who I've seen in a lot of teams in defence. You've got Maynard, which is close, but Crisp, no one's got him. Any reason for that, or just, you can only pick 3 at the moment?
I think it's just that, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it because I feel like Aaron Hall is going to get injured. Like, how many games did he play at the end of last year? Like, was that
he actually played all of them.
Yeah, all that he was fit for. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a bad feeling he's going to get injured. Like the halfback, he's just running too fast and a hammy.
No. I don't know. I feel like the logic's a bit different now because previously he was playing as more of a mid, and that's more taxing. As a halfback, like he is full seagull.
Yeah,
no contact,
no contested touches, all uncontested.
And if anything, that's helped him more.
Beating him in total points, I have a feeling. I'm not sure. I'm
Crisp is really durable. Yeah, he would be very reliable for total points.
And the same price, so it's an easy swap. So I'm thinking about that one.
Yeah, that's a really good point with Crisp. He's one of the most durable out there.
Yeah, and Collingwood midfield, you brought it up before. You think Crisp stays there all year?
Depends on the goalie.
I will have to see.
Yeah,
they've got a lot of names that can rotate.
I'd say, do you think De Goey's going to play? But I mean, are you legal experts?
No, don't ask.
A law degree around here.
Yeah, I think I'm the closest to that, and I don't know. We've all got different D3s, but no one's got a D4.
Yeah, that's...
I've had Sicily in there, but I've taken him out.
Injuries? Like the Sicily injury, is that why you took him out? Or just price?
Or his role, I'd say. I'm not sure. And there's a lot of defenders there, like Hardwick, Impey, CJ, Scrimshaw.
Yeah.
And then Sicily as well. Like, who's going to take all those points? So I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
I actually think the sleeper is Will Day from Hawks defence.
Will Day. Well, that's 6 of them right there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Everyone's got Lloyd and Hall, yeah?
Yeah,
I've had them locked in pretty much since like back end of last season.
Yeah, I personally think you don't touch them. I think Lloyd's just too consistent. Every year he's like D1 or D2.
Yeah. And now that Dawson's out of there as well.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. No one's got Dawson, do they? Anyone thought about Dawson?
Yeah, thought about it. Not sure.
No, his price is a bit weird.
Yeah, it's the price.
Yeah.
What is his price?
Honestly, his role as well, 550k.
550.
What would it take? What would it take early season?
About mid-time.
Oh, no, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, you say okay. Now there's talk about mid-time, but like, will it have like the Houston effect, or will it make him better? Well, I guess we'll have to find out there.
Yeah, the Houston effect of I'm going to play mid, gets injured, plays mid, sucks. Yeah.
Houston played defense, but he wasn't taking kick-ins either, which was hurting him. He was playing everywhere.
Oh yeah, probably.
And then he ended up on the wing. I don't know what they're doing with him. It pissed me off.
They were winning games though, so they weren't changing it. I could see why they wouldn't change it. What was I going to say? What would it take early season for Dawson to drop for you to think about bringing him in? Like, would he have to drop to 500k, or would he have to like put up a good score for you to bring him in, or both?
I think a bit of both. More form, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I think fallen premiums, it's like not really the most important thing. I think people want to cover like must-haves for the most part. So if Dawson's looking like that, then it'll be really popular.
Yeah.
For people to want to trade him in.
Yeah. It's like, for me personally, Dawson was someone I was looking at. I thought he'd be a bit cheaper. I thought he'd be a bit closer to 500. If
he just played too good.
Yeah, if the season starts and I see he's in a good role, but just not scoring the best, maybe like, unlucky first round, unlucky second round. If that price drops, he's probably like first upgrade target in defence for me. Adelaide line, who's there to contest with him? Jordan Butts, who's a lockdown defender. It's Laird, who is a midfielder. Yeah, Duday, I guess.
Luke Brown. I don't know if he was.
Where's Miller going to play?
Yeah, true. Drew Miller is an interesting one.
From what I heard, he's just playing like a full defender. Like, he's not even going to move up the field because of his injury history, stuff like that. But I mean, that's Discord talk. Who knows? I guess we'll move on to the midfield. There's no point talking about rookies. None of us know who's playing. Everyone's got De Koning, yeah? That's like the only one I think's going to play.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everyone's got McRae, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Everyone's got Steele.
I'm not making that mistake again.
No, I'm not. I have to have.
If I should ask, why didn't you start Steele last year? But there's a whole YouTube series about that. Everyone's got Oliver.
No.
Yep, I do.
Why no Oliver?
Because I have Took instead. The thing with Oliver... No, the thing with all these mids, there's McRae, Steele, Took, Oliver, and then I rate Titch and Walsh as high as those guys as well. That becomes like 6 or 7, and I can't fit all of them in with Neil as well. So I'm just banking that Miller outscores Oliver. It's just a 50-50.
I guess that brings up a point. You can only pick one of these three, and like there's a lot of teams with one of these three. I've got one. Steven's got one. And I guess Jabin has the other one. Titch, Took, Walsh. You can only pick one. Who do you pick and why? We'll go with Steven because he's got Walsh.
Yeah, it's real tough. Like, to be honest, if I had the cap, I wouldn't mind going up to Took. But Walsh, I don't know. He's just like, he's an unreal talent. Like, what is this going to be? 4th season or something?
Third season.
Third or fourth season, and he's already averaging close to 120. And you think just the natural progression of how good he is, like he's in his peak years, and it's so early in his career.
Yeah. I want to pick Walsh. If I could fit in like a 6th mid, it'd be Walsh. But Chera, you don't think that's a concern?
No, not really. If any,
Cripps.
I don't know. I feel like with like just talented players in talented teams in general, I feel like extra talent around them just makes them better, and it just helps them shoulder the load a little bit.
No Paddy Dow. He's Carlton's young up and coming star, right? Matt Kennedy.
Kennedy was actually good.
He's good.
I guess I'll defend Titch here. He gets the touches. That's it. That's the whole argument. He gets touches. He is uncontested. Apart from a broken leg, he's not going to get injured. It's just how uncontested is he going to get, and how's that going to equate to a score, right? Jabin had him last year.
His back end of last year was like 2018 stuff. So,
yeah.
I understand the appeal.
Even with like, I think overall you'd call it a down season, right? Like air quotations, down season. But he almost won the Brownlow. Like he was top 3 in votes, wasn't he?
Actually, wouldn't call it
5.
Top 5, something like that. Yeah. So
I honestly wouldn't call it a down season. He's still it was a down start.
Yeah,
and
I think
still ended up
that. Yeah, I think personally, it's like Took's not as proven as Titch, but Walsh is like up and coming. It's like when you really pick Steele in the breakout season. What was that? That was like the Corona season, wasn't it? Like the everyone in Queensland season was Steele's breakout year. I feel like Walsh had that last year. We had like I think it's 10 mids over 115 average, and Walsh was one of them in his 2nd year last year. So it's like natural progression, right? You want to have him.
He's just that good already.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's got Neil. Yeah, he's too cheap to pass. What happens if he gets hurt? Who do you bring in? Fife? Even more injuries?
Fife is banged up already.
And he's got an ugly haircut now.
At Neil's price, I think I could swap Neil for Duncan and put him in my forward line.
Yeah, that could be a play. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just bring in a forward and just have him in the mids for now.
So with Duncan, you're not worried about him getting hurt? Because he only played 10 games last year. And he's like, 31 now?
He's not 40. Like he's still in his prime, I'd say. Like I think he's one of our best players.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I actually think he is. Yeah.
I swear he takes kick-ins as well. He's weird.
Geelong midfield just take kick-ins whenever they want.
I won't comment on the Geelong kick-in situation because I know Tom Stewart, and that's it. Follow the game.
Like we got Stuart, Tui, and then Joel Selwood occasionally comes in. Guthrie takes a kick in. Yeah, Zach. Oh yeah, Isaac Smith. I don't know. I was thinking Zach Smith in my head.
Nah,
I think your voice cut off. That's why.
Zach Smith.
Yeah, we have like 7 different kicking takers.
Yeah. Does anyone have Jared Berry right now?
M6, yes.
in and out.
Yeah. So Jabin doesn't have him. You bringing him in like first time something goes wrong and you have just a bit more cash. Is he like coming into your team? Because you said you were thinking about him.
I'd have to start him, or else he'd be too high. Like if he gets like 300k, I want to bring in Berry. There's no point because you'd be hoping he gets the 450, 500k.
As a correction trade though.
Yeah, a correction trade. Oh, who would get injured out of my team? Like if Cogs does a hammy round 1, then sure I'd change it to Berry, or else there's no real reason to bring in Berry.
Yeah.
So it's like
start him or a correction trade.
Yeah.
And that's it.
His price is too high.
Right now, I don't have him, but I also have Finn McRae. So it's a 70k swap, but
Close enough.
Yeah, you can make that up.
Yeah.
Does anyone have Finn McRae besides me?
I don't.
No, why do you have him?
Because he's going to average 100 this year.
George.
Yeah, he's going to average 100 this year. Don't you know that? All the signs point to he's averaging 100. He's going to be his brother or cousin, whatever, however they're related. I think they're brothers. Second year, average 100. From there, he becomes the god of Supercoach. Hop on the hype train.
You just have to be named McRae.
Yeah.
Where was he playing last year? I didn't watch any of Finn McRae last year.
Everywhere. The coach didn't like him, so he played him everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Ruck.
Wing, outside mid, half forward, full back.
He did get mid time. I just don't think he had the tank.
Yeah, like, I saw like 3 minutes of mid time from him, and he had. That's it. Like, didn't do anything. Maybe got one touch out of it. Hopefully he's in the midfield this year though. Like, I think I'm going to change it. I think I'm going to bring in Berry, but yeah, I don't know. Anyone else with like a pod in the midfield that they're thinking about?
What do we think of Caldwell? He's around Berry's price.
What is he? Like, mid
61.
only? Yeah.
Mid only, yeah.
If he was a forward, possibly. I don't think right now. I think
it'd be a lock I think a forward it'd be a lock, but midfield's a bit weird.
Midfield's weird, especially the Essendon's midfield. I don't know. I don't know how their rotations will look because Merritt and Parrish are just locked.
Yeah, Merritt and Parrish are like they're
Stringer had a lot of CBAs.
Yeah, Stringer as well.
And Shiel's back.
Yep.
Yeah. No one's thinking about Shield. That's a bit of a meme, but 300k Shield.
I'm thinking about him, bro.
That's a Facebook pic. Rao?
I know he's in the 300s, but what's Shield's price?
360, I want to say. That's just off the top of my head, but I think 360.
I think around that price, I'd just probably go with Rao, like out of that lot.
Yeah, I'd say last year there was actually better 300k mids, because he had like Caldwell who was mid forward. But yeah, actually on Rao, no one's picking him or no one's thinking about it. Like, depending on pre-season, what if he comes out first game of pre-season, looks like
it would be
Rao.
very tempting.
Nah, I don't care if he scores 200 first game. I need to see consistency.
Yeah,
maybe like 3 games.
Because I mean, I picked him last year and that went great. I picked him the year before; it actually did go great. Yeah,
everyone picked him the year before.
Yeah, I guess we'll go on to Rucks. I don't know if there's any more like pod mids to talk about. We talked about 5. Don't pick him.
I have another pod actually. I have Andrew Brayshaw. I reckon who's going to have even better.
That's an interesting
Brayshaw
one.
and Sarong, I think, are interesting picks from Freo.
Yeah, they're pretty much Freo's mids of the future.
Yeah.
I think he'll average 100, Sarong, but I don't know if I want to pick him for 450k.
Yeah, he's a bit much. I think if he just somehow can slide in the early part of the season, drop a little bit, and then come back, it's a good mid-season target.
Brayshaw's definitely going to be a pod.
Absolutely,
yeah. What is his price? It's pretty weird, isn't it?
584.
Yeah, around there.
Yeah.
Not bad.
So, yeah, I guess you don't break the bank. It's like he's someone you could go to if Neil goes down. I think that's an option
Possibly.
there. Yeah.
He actually could be,
Yeah,
he is
I
close
haven't
enough.
thought of that, but yeah,
Yeah.
that could be the one. Yeah.
Because the Neil calf injury, like, is it, for me, it's first preseason article I see talking about his calf. He's out. Probably Brayshaw now.
Did he have an injury?
Yeah.
He'll have an injury.
First article I see that says Neil is training with calf issues. Should be fine for round 1. I don't care. He's out. Because that was the start of last year with Neil calf injuries. I'm not doing that again. And then you miss out on 600k mid.
Oh, I feel like the whole preseason last year there, he was like banged up, and he just didn't really get the proper preseason. This year, from all reports so far, like he started really well.
Yeah, well, I guess that's like once it gets to like the actual what's it called, the preseason, the NAB preseason, whatever it's called.
I don't care what it's called.
Yeah, it changes every year. Once it gets to that, it's like when you make your decision, right, on Neil.
Yeah.
Rucks, though, like this is a topic of conversation. Darcy, Gawn, Grundy, the big three. Everyone has one of them. Do you pick Bruce? We'll get into that. That's like 2 conversations for Rucks. Is who's the big one that you pick, and then the other one you pick. Who's your Ruck 2 and possibly Ruck 3? So, has everyone got Darcy, or does someone have Gawn?
I've gone.
You've Gawn?
Yeah.
You sticking with him?
For now, yeah, but I don't know. Probably end up rotating it a bunch.
Did you watch Darcy's end of the season?
Of course, yeah.
It was pretty good.
They're all just as good as each other.
But
Yeah.
Gawn was pretty good as well. Even in finals, he dominated.
Yeah, he was actually good. Yeah. For me, it's Darcy's slightly cheaper, and like it is only slightly, but when you come to making trades, even slightly helps a bit. And I think he can go bigger than Gawn this year, like in terms of score ceiling, because Gawn's going to be splitting time with Luke Jackson. And every year, the split's going to lean more and more towards Jackson because they're going to want to develop a new Ruck. So I'm just hopping on the Darcy bandwagon this year.
Is he a bit more injury prone though?
Yeah, that's the thing. The injury prone. The last year, it felt like he was getting injured every game. That, I didn't want to pick him because, like, you didn't want to make a trade. Like, say, Grundy's form wasn't too great. So say you go Grundy to Darcy. It's like, oh, Darcy's just going to get injured. He looked like he had his shoulder wrapped 25 times a game.
You have to be like a top 100 supercoacher to have the luxury to do that. Though.
Yeah.
Like, none of us were able to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to trade... Oh, my team's so bad. I need to trade Grundy to Darcy. Like, none of us were in that situation.
Yeah, I had like 19 playing in a good week, and I'm going to trade a healthy Ruck. Okay, that's going to happen. All right. Bruce, who has him? Put your hand
I
up.
have him R3. R3. Now, I think he gets to 450k, which is why I have him. He'll be like that steady price maker for me. He can average at least like 85, 90. Like, that's not stupid. Like, I can see that happening. But what I don't like is Leon Cameron.
Yeah,
He's
I was
gonna
about
end
to
up
say,
resting him.
what's the name of the coach he plays for?
Yeah, it's the coach. That's why I don't have him R2. Because let's say I have him R2, he's rested, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
I have him R3.
Yeah. It's like, that's what I said in my video. I said, Bruce is a good idea at R3, not R2, because he plays for GWS. GWS is coached by Leon Cameron, who he can do some crazy things.
Kelly in the pocket.
Yeah, Kelly forward pocket. Oh, but he kicked a game winner, so let's keep him there. No. Stephen, no Bruce? Not thinking about it?
Nah. Well, like, I know Ruck is usually the place to go for a loophole, but Ruck rookies, they've been pretty underrated. Like Riley O'Brien, and then we had Flynn last season. They're usually really reliable, so you got to think about it. You got to consider it, at the very least.
You don't think Flynn's going to beat out Bruce for Ruck 1, R1 in GWS?
That's definitely a factor, yeah.
Who they got?
No,
They got
I don't think
Flynn so. And Mummy's going to come back from retirement for the 33rd time. And yeah, someone's going to pay him a sausage roll.
Like 6 games, but not enough.
You keep him as like buy cover, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's got Grundy. Yeah, I think everyone's just defaulted to Grundy. Ruck 2.
Yeah, but I don't know if he should be defaulted.
Yeah, I don't know if he's default.
He's not a lock. Like, you could go
Yeah.
Darcy Corn.
You could really go like
Yeah.
any of those three in some sort of combo.
Yeah.
There's no real lock.
Does anyone have the money to go Darcy and Gorn? Without like
Really what?
severely
Oh,
sacrificing
But
the
it's
team.
only a 15k difference from
Is it?
Grundy to Darcy. Yeah,
No,
they're all pretty close.
Grundy and Gorn's difference be like
Yeah,
40.
Grundy and Gorns
Yeah,
is
yeah,
huge.
that-
Crazy, but you could do it.
Yeah. Maybe it's bias. You know, I like Grundy. I think that last year was weird, just like an off year for Collywood. Now they're actually rebuilding, so he's just gonna, perhaps he takes it easy and doesn't do anything. But I think he's actually gonna play good. He said he's fit. He has a new haircut, which looks cool.
He's not going to come out and say, I'm unfit, I'm doing shit though. But yeah.
No, but the last report, I think he said he slimmed down.
Yeah, he slimmed down a bit. I watching last year, I did think he was, just not paying attention to his diet. He was looking a little unfit, a lot of time off the ground. I think he spent a lot of time off the ground, and he was walking around a lot and not jumping in ruck contests.
The Anthony Davis bulk up doesn't work.
Yeah, well, the Patrick Cripps bulk up doesn't work either, so it's an AFL thing.
Is Cripps a pod?
No.
Would someone start him?
No, Cripps is not a
Start
pod.
him. Average 115.
Cripps
I
is
want to
no
see him
pod.
play well again, but absolutely not.
Fat.
Supercoach pick.
Yeah, there's a reason he's called Patrick Cripps. He's the hamburger personified. He's doing nothing. Carlton is not back. Walsh is good, but Carlton is not back. The Blues are back, baby.
Driving now. No, they're back. The Blues are back.
Yeah, the Blues are back. We won a game. Then we lost 3 straight. Woo, let's go, baby. Do you want to move on to the forward line?
Yeah.
All right. Dunkley, everyone's got. You have to. If you don't have him, you're removed from the call.
You have to.
Yeah,
It's
you
silly,
have
but
to.
You have to.
Yeah.
We know he's getting full midfield. He wasn't getting that at the end of last year, was he?
I think him with half midfield is good enough. You've got Duncan.
Gilly George, if you play 30% midfield, averages 140. What do you think he averages half midfield?
Half midfield, 105. Maybe a bit higher,
yeah.
maybe a bit lower. In the realm of 105 is what I've got him at. It's like
average 105.
Yeah.
Standards for forwards are a lot lower as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think 105 is F1 next year.
Like Dunkley at 102 is F1 right now.
Yeah, that's interesting. No one's
Duncan
got.
will average 100 though. He had a score of 19. He has a score of 19 in his average.
Yeah. It's like that Cogsy where his average dropped because he had a 0 and he played. No one's got Duncan or because I think he's.
I'll eventually have him. But
I think he's like the other. Don't want to say F1 because someone will do it, but like F2/F1. He's F1 price, right? He's around Dunkley's price. So, what is it? No one picks him because of injury. I didn't pick him because of injury history and age. I like the younger players in my team.
I feel like he has become more of an injury concern the last few seasons. Yeah. He's a bit risky in that regard.
Yeah, it's like the. No, go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I haven't picked him because I don't want to spend 550k on a forward. I'd rather spend like another 80k on a premium midfielder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the other thing for me. It was like, do I want to spend 540k or 550, whatever he is, for someone that's injury prone and could be another midfielder that I miss out on?
Exactly.
Say Brayshaw really just blows it out of the water. You don't want to miss that. Who's
Especially
everyone's?
with how ridiculous like the mids have been like the past couple of years.
Yeah, exactly.
Like what did you say earlier? Like 15 players averaging over.
10 players over 115 average. It's the first time.
There you go. Yeah.
First time that's happened since 2011 or 2012. It's like
yeah, they're just crazy now.
Yeah, even like it wasn't even inflated quarters or anything. Like when they had the shortened quarters, scores were inflated. That was full quarters last year, and that was crazy. Who's everyone's F2? I think everyone's got a different one.
Yeah, I got Taranto right now.
Yeah.
Subject to change, but like he's young, ball magnet. Whether he plays like more forward, I don't know. But Leon Cameron's so unpredictable, so you just never know with that. But
then they give Tom Green more midfield time.
yeah, they could give anyone more mid time. It's very unpredictable. But yeah, like I said, subject to change, but he's there for now.
I am against the Taranto pick. I think that he will not play enough mid-time to be worth the price. But for the first 6 rounds, I actually think it's not too bad. I think 6 rounds is how long Toby Green's out. There's a midfield option there. I don't think Cogs is a full-time midfielder anymore.
Wait. Toby
Green's
Green
out, wouldn't you
out
put
makes it
Ferrando?
better? Yeah, but wouldn't have the opposite effect.
Yeah, wouldn't they make him the new Toby Green, like half forward?
Yeah, but... See, this is why I don't like the Taranto pick. I can't even find a reason for it to be good. I think he's too expensive and overrated. I think his best games come when he kicks 3 goals, and it's not going to happen every game. I don't think
he just doesn't hit the ball well enough. He's not a good super.
Yeah, he's a butcher.
Yeah. I think fantasy pick him. You know, go ahead. Maybe him, Dunkley is your fantasy forward line. But I don't think it's Supercoach. I think he butchers it too much.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, Jim, who you got? F2?
I have Cornelio, which is only 260k at F2, but I think he's a lock.
Yeah, I've got him F3, yeah.
I think he's worth at least like 450k.
Yeah, easily. Yeah, I think he does rise to 400 at least. You know, maybe... I don't know. The stress from being captain comes down and he goes back to being a pretty good player. He gets close to 500k, and then, you know, that's probably the dream scenario for Supercoach. You got him as a
worst
forward.
case,
Yeah.
He's your F6 for most of the year, and then you get rid of him at the end. You get the luxury too.
Worst case scenario, he has a mental breakdown and leaves halfway through the season and retires. GWS sucks, and Leon Cameron should be fired for...
Or GWS fit higher than your team, West Coast. I think they might.
On the record,
Underrated retirement.
on the record as
retirement home.
on the record as a West Coast fan, no way. West Coast making the finals, baby. Off the record, of course, West Coast are probably finishing close to the bottom this year. They suck. Josh Kennedy re-signed. They've got an old backline. Oh, they suck.
No, but we haven't talked about this, but the West Coast mids are pretty underpriced. Like,
Yeah, they actually are. Yeah.
470.
I was looking at this yesterday because I was making like that meme team of grand final players. Sheed is cheap and he's good. You know, he's not bad. Gaff,
What about Shade?
Shuey.
Maybe.
Shuey's a bit of an injury risk now, but Shuey's a good pick for Supercoach. Yo is a good tackler.
Oh, maybe. He's good. He's like the perfect super coach mid that they have, like more contested tackles.
Yeah.
Just doesn't get the ball.
Yeah.
If you combine Gaff and Yo, then sure, that'd be great.
Yeah, and then you've got my favourite player ever, of course, Tim Kelly. He shows up to every game fit. Oh, he's so good. He's worth the contract, boys. He's worth it. He put so much preseason work in and everything. He's so good. Yeah, we saw the impact he had last year. I don't think you pick Tim Kelly anymore. I don't think Tim Kelly should even be mentioned in good mids anymore. But anyway, F2 for me is Zach Butters. Has anyone else thought about Zach Butters?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
Is he playing mid?
I don't know. That's why I don't have him in my team. I don't know what his forward mid split will be. Because he has a really high ceiling that we've seen, but
Yeah.
is he consistently going to get that mid time? Because
Yeah.
who goes in the midfield? Bogue, Wines, Gray goes in there when they need him to. You see
A little
Hughes.
bit.
Rockcliffe, is Rockcliffe still there? Does he play or not?
Did he retire? I'm
Did
pretty
he
sure he
retire?
retired.
I
I
think-
think he might have.
I think he retired mid-season.
SPP. SPP.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, another player I love.
They just have like all these random midfielders that go through there, so I don't know if he'll get
Yeah.
enough. Rosie plays there here or there. So I
Yeah.
don't-
I mean, from what I've heard, and like the main reason he's in my team is he trained with the midfield group. That's it. One sentence. He trained for the midfield group.
That's bait
That's
every
it.
year.
That's
There's always that one player that trained with a midfield group and they averages 80.
yeah. Dan Houston trained for the midfield group. Another
He
Port
didn't
player.
know. This year he did though. This year he actually was supposed to be a defender. Ended up
Yeah.
in the,
I don't know.
everyone picked him. He was supposed to be a midfielder.
Yeah, that happened. Heaney, anyone picking? Anyone thinking?
No, I have to say consistency, I think.
Yeah.
Everyone's been burnt by Heaney twice, at least.
Yeah. I didn't know.
Who's waiting for that preseason article to come out saying Heaney's playing midfield this year? Who's
not gonna fall.
You gonna? No falling for it, Stephen.
No.
But he's going to be Mills like last year. He's going to play midfield and go crazy at 120 average.
Maybe if he has like 20 CBAs, both preseason games, 30 disposals, something silly.
Yeah, you just have to see it happen first.
You have to see it happen. Yeah.
Mm.
I'm not going to fully say no, but I need to see it.
Yeah. Then I've got Cogs at F3, which we talked about. Then I've got Curnow and Brody as like they're the exact same price. Is anyone else going with these like low mid price, kind of rookie price almost forwards just to get rookies off the field, or are you just going with a just generic formula 3 forwards and play rookies, or are you just waiting to see who plays?
I feel like the mid prices have plenty of upside, to be honest, in the forward line, especially if you're like not messing around in the midfield and you go all those high price mids, and most will be picking Lloyd and Hall, and that takes up a lot of the cap. So like guys like Cogs and Burno, they'd be pretty handy picks. As much as I have Cogs PTSD from like the couple of other times I've owned him, I feel like he's just got too much upside at the price to not pick him. And if anything, it might backfire on me if I decide not to go with him, just because he's so popular of a selection.
I think, like I said, I think the value on Cogs is too high. Personally, like if I could, no GWS players. Like I don't want anything to do with that team.
Yeah.
I don't really even want to watch their games, you know. But
every year.
Let's face it, I'm probably going to have Whitfield at the end of the year. Cogs is too much value to skip. And if Josh Kelly has a good run of form, he's a magnet in the team. You know? There is, for me, I've got Curnow. It's kind of just FOMO from not picking, what's his name, Joe Danaher from last year.
Danaher ended up going alright.
Yeah, Danaher.
What did Danaher do? Do we know?
I think he got to like 400 and something K, didn't he? At the end of the year.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got like mid 400s.
That's what I'm.
It took some time though.
Yeah,
it did. Time. Yeah, especially at the start. Like I think it was his first game of the season. Like he had a fine preseason, but like first game of the season, he kind of stunk.
I think the first few weeks, I was looking at his scores and like happy I didn't pick him.
Yeah.
And then he ended up having a really good stretch. And
I think that's how I was as well. Yeah. It's just, you need money, like for the forward line at least, because you don't know who's going to pop up. Eventually, there has to be 6 highest averaging guys you need in.
Yeah.
So it's just take a risk on Curnow. Hopefully, it's Danaher version 2, but he's playing for Carlton, so probably not. Carlton's probably going to win the wooden spoon.
Chance it could go. There's a chance it could go like last year, and we ended up going for forwards. Like mid year, we go for a forward that's like really underpriced, playing a good role that we didn't consider at all at the start of the preseason. Like Aaron Hall came out of nowhere.
Yeah, if you told me at the start of the season, your highest averaging forward is going to be Aaron Hall, it's like what? Yeah. I'm not even going to bring him in. I'm not even going to think about it.
Zeeble was actually higher.
Was he? Oh, he was. Well, if you told me that Zeeble and Hall are going to be the 2 highest averaging forwards, it's like, what? Yeah.
Exactly.
Anyone got Will Brody? I've got him right now, just on like potential pick. I don't think he stays in the team. I haven't seen enough to tell me that he's playing good. It's kind of just, if someone's 200k, this is a placeholder for it, Someone else could come in.
Yeah. At the moment, it's just a lot of placeholders because we haven't really seen enough of anyone.
Yeah, and
I think he's got potential. He averaged 90 in 2019 for 8 rounds. So if he can do that again, he's worth 220k, which is why I have him in my team.
Yeah. Frio's not exactly like a stacked team. They're not premiership contenders or anything. They're not stacked.
He's old. Walters is pretty old.
Yeah.
Walters plays predominantly forward now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the opportunity's there since Chera's gone. So that's why I've had him in there. I want to see how he goes in the preseason. But he's not a lock, but he's...
I think that trio of like Brayshaw, Sarong, Brody, maybe they bring in a rookie who plays midfield as well. I think Freo's a good team for Supercoach this year to watch.
Yeah.
Darcy, most people are going to have Darcy, I reckon, or between
Luke
him and
Ryan, bit of a pod.
Yeah, you have to watch him first. You know, you have to see how he's going in the season for me.
Good interceptor though, and he likes his kick-ins. He steals his kick-ins.
Yeah, he does. And then it's just rookies, forward line, I guess. Yeah, everyone's just got rookies after that.
Yep.
So I've got 5 deep, 2 mid prices, but 5 people I know are gonna play. How many of you all got? 3 or 4? Yeah.
4.
4. Yeah. And Jabin, you're the only one with the extra midfielder. You've got 6 midfield.
Yep. I do have 6.
Are you going to keep that, or do you think that you want to put one more, maybe defense, or one more forward?
I think in pre-season, it's very likely. Like, there's always those defenders or forward rookies that are like 190k that pop out of nowhere. So I'm going to have to sacrifice one of our people from Miller, Pitch, Walsh. I don't know who that'll be, but...
That's so tough. Once you get attached to 6 quality mids like that, it's going to be so tough to get rid of one of them.
Neil, we'll see what happens with Neil and his calf injury, apparently. That's Nathan saying, but we'll see.
I haven't heard it yet, but I'm telling you, the first time I open the AFL app and I see Neil, calf concern, he's out. I'm not even going to read the article.
I can definitely see one Primo going for like 2 or 3 mid prices.
I'll just run through some names and see if there's any... I guess we've already gone through most of these. But Jade Gresham is a forward. Anyone picking? Or anyone falling for that bait?
It's all in the mid-time with that one, eh?
Yeah. Let's see how much he plays CBAs and all that.
Yeah, I think it's like a 60-40 split. But yeah, it is what it is. I think that's actually it. The rest are like Kerno, which I talked about. Brody, we talked about. Cogs, talked about. Constable.
What's his price?
214, I think.
Where is he? Where is he? I don't know where he is.
Gold Coast.
What if they don't even give him a game?
That's the thing. Like, is he actually best 22? It's hard to say if he's actually best 22. I mean, they
got rid of Greenwood.
Yeah, no Greenwood.
Brody. That leaves at least one spot, surely.
I think that's where Elijah Hollins is meant to slide in. Apparently, Elijah Hollins is like this star player. From everything I've heard, I think he was picked 2 a year ago, 2 years ago. Elijah Hollins, Gold Coast rookie technically. He hasn't played yet. Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't start Constable, I think, unless he did well in pre-season and his name round 1.
Yeah. Probably not. I think that's it for Supercoach. Like, we've talked about pretty much everyone. We've talked about Berry. I think Rao's in the same boat. Well, we did talk about Rao, where he needs a good pre-season. Like, he needs to put up some good scores in pre-season, be fit, good training camp, like, good everything. Everything needs to be ticks across the board for that.
Yeah, just a lot of these questions will be answered in pre-season. We just got to see him play.
Yeah.
What do we think of Chalor?
Just too injury prone for my liking. I like him, but just too injury prone.
I don't think there's mid minutes for him, like enough mid minutes for him.
What if they saw that grand final performance and like, oh, maybe we need him in the midfield more?
I was about to say the grand final performance does like help his case, but probably not for me, Trelaw. I think his injury history plus mid minutes, plus he plays for like the best midfield in the comp. I don't even know if he's better than any other players to make a spot in there. He's not better than Bont. He's not better than McRae. I'd say he's not better than Dunkley.
Yeah. Not better than Libba? I don't think so. Probably not.
But the thing is with like Chalor is that you can slot him at half forward or a wing, and you can still get something out of his skill set there. But Libba's just inside mid, bash and crash sort of player.
Yeah.
If Liverpool was a forward, I'd probably pick him, honestly.
You have to pick him.
Yeah.
He would be a pretty good pick, yeah.
What about Matt Crowd? 480k. Another pod.
Didn't play at all last year. I need to see some game from him. He's had a whole year off. Yeah. And
he's capable of 105, 110 average.
oh yeah, he's.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
When he plays,
I feel like
he's
that's
good.
his stealing, just because he had that like Tom Mitchell at the start of last year sort of thing. A lot of touches for little points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other players you want to bring up?
Just mid-price mids in general. I feel like it's just really risky to do that this season with the amount of quality that we have at the top.
Yeah, like I pointed it out in my video. I said, if there's one area you don't want to like mess around and put in your pod that's like 400k. Oh yeah, he's going to show off and everything, and then you're missing out on 600k. Don't do it in the midfield. Do it in the forward line. You know, do it with
it's
Butters.
really risky.
You know?
Right. Yeah.
Actually, that brings up one of my pods, Dan Rioli. I think he's going to be playing a good role, but he's not in my team anymore. He was 2 days ago. Yeah, there's a lot of pods. I reckon just not in midfield. Just don't do it there.
I wouldn't have Rioli in my defense either. I feel like there are 6 good defenders better than him. He could be like an F6 though. I'm not against having Rioli as like an F6 at the end of the year.
I only had him in defense because couldn't find a forward I wanted to trade out. And plus, he's got DPP. You know, if you needed a defender, you could just switch him forward.
Yeah.
The forward line's bad enough every season that you can afford to take some risks.
Yeah. I think these last 2 years of like last year plus what you can see just from looking at the app, you need to take a risk. Like, you're not just gonna be able to play risk free and hope, right? Like if you didn't take the risk on Zeeble last year, you're probably kicking yourself.
Was that even a risk? Why didn't people start Zeeble, I wonder?
I guess injury history hasn't really proven anything in the past.
Popularity as well. Like, popularity is always a thing.
Serious super coaches picked him.
True. Yeah. The real serious super coaches. The Facebook chat's interesting. Rowan Marshall and Jared Witts, Ruck 1 and 2. Raul M3. That's my favourite team. Like, moving away from Supercoach, we'll just do like two quick predictions and like explain sort of why. Who's everyone's Brownlow? Like, dude, it's still 2021. You know, we're not even in the year of the season yet. And who do you think is going to win the premiership? Like, just generally speaking. Personally, I think Brownlow. I think it's Walsh. I think Walsh actually takes a step up. He gets 3 votes in most of. You know, like, you need 3 votes in most games. Second year, he almost won it. You know, third year, if he keeps improving, I think third year he's got it. Maybe it's just bias or whatever, but yeah, I think Walsh for Brownlow.
It really depends on how Carlton goes. They were bad and he almost won it. So
exactly.
They improved just a little bit.
I think Carlton will improve. I think they were pretty bad. Like, Paddy Dow looked good. That's how bad they were. I think Walsh is a good chance, a good shout at it. Anyone else got Brownlow prediction?
I got Clary. I think Melbourne will back up what they did last year, and Clary will be at the forefront of that.
Jabin, who you got? It's like a just off the top of your head prediction, I guess.
I'm thinking Jack Steele, because with players like Clary, I feel like Petrarca's going to take votes, Gawn takes votes. Like, when your team's that good, you don't stand out as much, which is why I think Walsh should be a very close second. Like, there were games where Walsh didn't deserve three votes, and he got 3 votes. So
I think
player vote.
Yeah,
it happens quite a lot. The Fife year when Fife won it, so that's why I'm going with a player that stands out. I reckon Jack Steele. If Saints can get like 3 more wins than they did this year, I think he's going to win it.
Don't you think All-Australian forward Dan Butler's going to take his votes?
No, he's not taking votes. Canterbury's not taking votes. Nah, Jack Steele's the sexiest man, yeah. He's winning the Brownlow. I remember he's winning the Brownlow. Put a money on it as well. Winning Brownlow.
Yeah, if you were probably to ask a more realistic or like a more higher likely one, I'd probably say Steele. It's like the same situation as Walsh and Carlton. There's no one's going to take his votes. I think every game Carlton wins, Walsh is going to get 3 votes. But even if they win by a point, he's going to get 3 votes.
Well, maybe if Mackay bags like 6 or 7 in a game, he probably gets.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I guess.
Ollie won back to back? No way.
Yeah, he's 38 handballs, 2 kicks, 40 touch game.
He's not Tom Mitchell. Tom Mitchell's a smoky, but Hawthorn don't win enough games.
Yeah, Hawthorn. I think Hawthorn will be pretty much a carbon copy of last year. Premiership, who do we have? I have Melbourne going back to back. Jimmy? Or Stephen? Whoever wants to talk.
I don't know. I'm thinking.
I just have Melbourne. Like, I think they looked dominant in the grand final for the whole second half.
But this happens. A team's dominant, and then they get figured out, and then they kind of lose a bit of motivation, and they end up losing. I don't think Melbourne's going to go back to back. That's just what I think. I don't know. I'm going to think of a team though.
I think it's really hard to go back to back, like in any sport.
Yeah.
But they've got.
Yeah, do we go from the Richmond dynasty to a Melbourne dynasty straight away?
Yeah, I think that's calling it a bit too soon. I don't think they're going to. Didn't Richmond 3-peat?
3 and 4.
3 out of 4. Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Could they go back to that?
Other
like the Dogs will still be up there.
Yeah, other like
talented.
smokies I have are like Dogs, Port. I think Port's a good chance. They just. Yeah, I don't know. I think Brisbane just doesn't perform in finals. I think they're a regular season bully.
Geelong's weird. If Chris Scott wasn't there, I would say Geelong.
The Chris Scott conversation.
He needs to go.
Yeah, we're already at 50 minutes. If we start talking about Chris Scott, we're going 2 hours.
He has to go.
Doc Rivers of the AFL.
True.
Yeah.
He actually is.
I want to believe in our team, but I just don't think they'll have enough again.
So
anyone can win it though. Wasn't Melbourne 17th the year before?
Yeah, they're pretty bad. Yeah. Well, they're kind of just unlucky.
No, not well. The year before, they were like 9th, I think, but they blew it. They had a couple of big chances to make finals and they blew it. But then this year they made up for it.
And then
I'll just say Brisbane for the sake of it. I don't know.
Stephen, you got anyone?
I'll go with the Dogs.
The Dogs. I mean, best midfield in the comp, I reckon.
They'll be up there.
Yeah, is Josh Bruce going to kick 10 in the final and win the Norm Smith?
If they're playing North Melbourne, yeah.
North Melbourne in the final. That's Eddie Ford.
Sneaky Brownlow, Eddie Ford.
Yeah, Brownlow. I think he's going to win all of them. Brownlow, Coleman, Norm Smith, all of it. But yeah, I think that's it. I think we're just rambling on at this point. But yeah, I hope you had fun. We talked a bit about Supercoach. We'll try this again next week. We'll all have different teams by then. Everyone changes every day. But yeah, until then, see if if you like it, like the video. If you have any topics you want us to talk about, comment it down below. But yeah, until next time, tasty out.